Hi, welcome along to the last Transfer Daily here on Arsenal Fan TV. We've been here every single day of the January transfer window, keeping you updated with players that have been linked with a January transfer move to Arsenal. And we've reached the deadline day. That's why I'm wearing my yellow. At Winning Gooners on Twitter said to me, make sure you wear yellow today, Robbie, because it's yellow for deadline day. So I've got my yellow on. And, well, let's recap. Arsenal, they've signed Gabriel Paulista, the defender that we so needed. They've signed Christian Bielik, a 17-year-old defensive midfielder who's going to be a player for the future. But that's it, really, so far. And speaking to Arsene Wenger at his press conference on Friday and yesterday, he's basically said that, listen, our business is done unless somebody comes up with a great deal for us on deadline day. Somebody does that, we'll be willing to listen and hear what they've got to say and might do business. But if not, something amazing comes up, we're more or less done, which is very unusual for Arsenal because normally on deadline day, I mean, we're scratching around, we're rushing around to see who we're going to sign. It's always a bit lastminute.com with Arsenal, especially over the last few years. I mean, who can remember that season when we lost 8-2 to Manchester United and the so-called panic buys by Arsene Wenger? He went out there and got Arteta and brought in all these players. It's, you know, so, I mean, this is a really unusual window in that Arsenal have got a lot of their business done early, but it doesn't stop the transfer rumours flying around. There's still a lot of rumours today flying around about Arsenal. A lot of them, I think, are very loosely based. The first one I'm going to talk about is Pierre-Andre Gignac. Gignac plays for Marseille. I don't know if you guys remember this guy. Probably about 4 or 5 years ago, he was considered quite a top player in France. Very similar in style to Giroud in that he's a sort of a hold-up, you know, old-fashioned centre forward, and that's why a lot of people at the time thought that Gignac would come to England, and he was linked with Arsenal at that time, obviously, because we were always buying a lot of French players. Well, he's 29 years of age now. He's a free agent in the summer, and he's actually playing at the moment for Marseille. But he's been having a good season this year. He's scored 14 goals in 23 games, and as I said, you know, if you tried to grab hold of him now, he wouldn't be that expensive because he can walk away for a free in the summer. Could make a good sort of backup sort of centre forward to have. Tute Sports in France have been linking him with a move to Arsenal because of this sort of knockdown price. But watching Olivier Giroud yesterday, the fact that also Mesut Ozil's back, the fact that Welbeck's going to be coming back, again, I don't see this one happening. I think maybe if there would have been an injury to a striker or something like that, maybe Gignac might have been a consideration. As I said, he was going pretty cheaply. But at the moment, I very much doubt that Gignac is a deal that will get done at the last minute. Another player that we're getting linked to today is Christoph Kramer, defensive midfielder. Again, this one, I can't see how this one's going to get done. This one's been linked by the Daily Mail newspaper. They're saying that the 23-year-old who plays for Borussia Mönchengladbach, but he's actually owned by Bayer Leverkusen, and actually he's just recently signed a new deal with Leverkusen. They're saying that Arsenal are very interested in this player and that they'd love to bring him in. The thing is, the recent form of Francis Coquelin, again yesterday, he was excellent in that game yesterday, is meaning that a lot of these sort of, you know, defensive midfielders that, you know, probably before the window we would have been very hotly tipped to get. I very much doubt that we're going to move for any of these. Coquelin's doing a great job, and Kramer will be about £30 million plus as well. I don't think there's any chance of getting Christoph Kramer until at least the summer, but Arsenal are looking at Christoph Kramer. Links as well again today to Morgan Schneiderlin. Now, listen, we've spoken about Morgan Schneiderlin since the window opened. He's currently injured at Southampton, and you can see how they miss him. They lost yesterday, and he's a big player for Southampton, and I just can't see how they're going to sell him. There are some suggestions from some papers that Arsenal might try and put in a little cheeky last-minute bid for him today to see, you know, if Southampton would be interested in selling him now. But to me, all indications on this deal point to the summer. I do think that he's a big target for Arsenal, but I think it's more a deal that they look to do in the summer. I think they're quite satisfied with Coquelin, Flamini, and also, remember, Arteta's still got to come back, who they've given another one-year deal. I think they'll be quite satisfied with that until the summer. Remember, the summer is only, when you look on it, we're talking about June when these deals can get done. We're only talking about 4 or 5 months away. So I think Arsenal will be satisfied with what they've got and probably move for Schneiderlin in the summer. But some papers today suggesting that maybe Arsenal might try and go in with a little £15 million and try and test the resolve of Southampton, see if they'd be willing to sell. As I said, the other thing that complicates issues is the fact that at the moment he's injured. So, you know, do we want to bring in an injured player? But Morgan Schneiderlin getting linked today, as is a player that again was linked yesterday. He's been linked right throughout the window. This one won't go away again, even though he's been linked today. I cannot see this one happening before at least the summer, if it does happen in the summer, because it'd be a hard one to pull off. But it's Marco Reus. I was saying to you yesterday that there's newspapers reporting that Reus wants to play for Arsene Wenger. He wants to come and play in the Premier League, and his preferred move is Arsenal. He'd love to play for Arsene Wenger. And listen, I think there's a lot of Arsenal fans who love Reus because we've been linked with him forever. There were rumours that we nearly got the deal done to bring him in. It'd be so exciting to see him, Alexis Sanchez, Ozil all in the same team. That'd be an amazing thing. But listen, I can't see any chance of that happening today. Listen, Borussia Dortmund, they're in trouble at the moment. They are bottom of the Bundesliga at the moment. You know, they can't afford to let players of his quality go and end up going down. That'd be an absolute disaster for Dortmund, especially when they can wait till the summer and still get good money for this guy. I mean, I think the only way there'd be a possibility that that deal could get done is that somebody would have to go out there with some crazy money now and offer it to Dortmund. Because remember, he does have a release clause that says that in the summer it goes to about £20 million. So maybe if somebody went now with a £35 million deal, maybe they might be able to get Reus. But then again, I think Reus is a player that's, you know, he's from Dortmund. He grew up in Dortmund. He's going to be loyal to Dortmund, and he's going to want to get them out of trouble before leaving the club. So very much doubt that that one's going to happen, but it's still all over the place. And that's what we do here. We report the rumours. We're not telling you it's going to happen. We report the rumours, and the Reus one is all over the place. And one very unusual one now. This one I found very strange when I saw this one today. But this guy's been linked with Arsenal. He's been linked with a load of Premier League clubs today. And that's Andre-Pierre. Top player who plays for Atletico Madrid. One of their best players. Why would they want to sell Andre-Pierre? This is what I find this one really amazing. He's been linked with a move because apparently he had a bust-up with Diego Simeone, the 28-year-old Turkish international. And because of that now, he's getting linked with a move to the Premier League. He's been linked with Arsenal. He's been linked with Liverpool. He's been linked with Manchester United. All the usual suspects. Oh, come on. I cannot see. Well, listen, Andre-Pierre, he's not going to be leaving Atletico Madrid in the transfer window. I think there's no way that's going to happen. I think that's just one of those ones that the papers, again, have just put 2 and 2 together. And I mean, look, who's done this one? The Daily Star. And I must say, right, going through the rumours of the month, it'd be very interesting to see the Daily Star and the Daily Express, those two papers, right? I'd love to see their conversion rate on rumours. How many of the rumours that they've put out there actually come true? And I'll tell you, I think it'd be very, very low. I mean, I saw a statistic the other day that said that the amount of rumours that are put out there in transfer windows, probably only about 6% of them come off, which is amazing. And you've got to understand how rumours work. A lot of rumours are just because an agent has put it out there. Like, my player's interested in going to Arsenal, so That's a legitimate rumour that gets put out there. It can be the club sometimes trying to push the player who drop a few words to the press. It can be the player himself who hints. And again, but also I have no doubt, and I'm not accusing any specific paper right now or specific media outlets, you make up your own minds, but I have no doubts, but there's some of them out there, not just in the UK, also Europe as well, that just make stories up. There are some that, because there's some that I just find, I mean, the Hugo Lloris one to Arsenal, come on. That was made up by a source in France. No chance whatsoever. Let's get into, see what you guys have had to say about some of the transfer links. Radical Hybrid says, the window is done for us, he says. Buying Paulista is good business. Bielik was a bit disappointing, to be honest, he said, because we could have brought in Krichak or Wanyama or someone with experience who would be able to walk into the team and do the business straight away. Of course, as Bielik has been bought as a prospect, I think they're looking at him as one for the future. I think there's nothing wrong with that. Crocodile GB says, I've got nothing against Welbeck, but personally, I don't think he's a good signing. He's not clinical enough and doesn't fit our style of play. Doesn't fit our style of play? I disagree with you there. He said, it's no coincidence to me that as soon as Giroud's been fit, we've performed better. Not because he's a clinical striker, because of his hold-up play. Yeah, no doubt. Giroud's hold-up play is magnificent. He's brilliant. I thought he was excellent yesterday. The way he held the ball up, the way he won nearly every header. But there's some other games where the pace of Welbeck is a great asset to have. So it's good to have two different types of strikers in the team. And you even saw yesterday when Akpom came on with his pace, how he troubled the Villa defence. So you need a mix. You definitely need a mix. Samir Mohammed says, I want Reus to come, obviously, but he's not what we need, he says. I mean, if we go and buy, if he could play on the left wing, but only that means that we're going to have to move Sanchez to the right, which means dropping Oxlade-Chamberlain or Walcott. And he said, so for £30 million, he said, we don't really need him. And that's, he's got a good point there. You know, I mean, you are messing with the balance of the team if you bring in Reus. Where's he going to play? You know, is he going to play on the left? Like you said, Alexis would have to move, or even Ozil, who's been playing out there. You know, it's a real dilemma. I suppose if you bring in a player like Reus, it means that you've got to be looking to ship somebody out for definite. Let's see if we can get one more in. It says, Killer Ganazia says, Arsenal need to sign Cavani. He's world class. He's the best striker for Arsenal. He's 55 million and he's worth the money. He said Czech is also needed and he's only 8 million in the January transfer window. I don't think Chelsea will sell Peter Cech, not to Arsenal anyway, and not until the summer. But if they do sell him, they're not going to sell him to Arsenal. I think we can safely say forget that. They're not going to sell him to us. But and Ospina has been doing a great job since he's come in. I mean, remember Ospina, we only just signed him in the summer. He came highly rated, had a brilliant World Cup. We've been getting rave reviews over there in France. And so far, he's done all right. Why replace somebody who's doing well? It's like Coquelin at the moment. Coquelin is playing brilliantly. Now, how would it make sense to go and say, if it was a possibility, get Kramer in when Coquelin's playing so well? You know, Kramer would have to adjust. We may as well, in that position, wait until the summer. And that's why I don't think there's going to be a lot of activity today. You can't discount things. You never know. There could be a last-minute deal, like Wenger said. There could be some amazing player out there that just becomes available. It does happen on deadline day. And we're going to be right across it here on Arsenal Fan TV all day long. We'll be keeping you updated. We're going to be down at the Emirates Stadium later on, meeting up with some fans and finding out what, if anybody comes in. But whatever happens, we'll be there at the Emirates. So if you want to get down there later on and check us out, we'll be down at the Emirates. But this is the last Transfer Daily. Deadline day. Will any business be done? We're going to have to wait and see. But thank you very much for watching today. And thank you for watching throughout the month. We've been getting some amazing views on these transfer dailies every single day. It's been worth waking up early and going through all the rumours. I've really enjoyed it, and look forward to seeing you maybe later on. If not, Arsenal Fan TV, you know we'll be back with loads of videos. And don't forget to check out all our videos. I've not even mentioned it. All our videos from yesterday's amazing win, 5-0. We were absolutely outstanding yesterday. Let's hope we can take that form through to when we play Spurs next week. It should be a cracker.